Ooh, well, that's my impression of a ghost, ladies and gentlemen. But as you guys know, the original Sid Parikh people would know that I started reading Reddit posts by reading scary stories, and today that is making a return. Today we're going to be taking a look at the scariest true stories on Reddit, and supposedly these are true. I don't know, I'll be the judge of that. I'm pretty immune to scary stories. After all, I have seen all the Ghostbusters, especially the scariest one, 2016. That was such a bad movie. But regardless, let's go ahead and check it out. We got 10 hours ago, a highway encounter, not my story but my grandpa's, relayed to me by my dad. This story told me only once, and I was in my 20s. I never knew my dad's father. He died when my father was a teenager. He was born in the late 1800s and was a stoic cowboy who saw the transition from horses to car. A no-nonsense type of guy who didn't tell tales. Grandpa knew land and soil, so he got a job surveying land for the Department of Highways. This would take him into some far-flung areas in rural America. One evening, finishing up for the day, he was in the middle of nowhere driving home around this time of the year, 5 to 6 p.m. Could see you in the dark. Grandpa passes a hitchhiker but doesn't pick him up because he's in a government truck and isn't allowed to. Suddenly, the hitchhiker is in the passenger seat. Grandpa knows not to fuck around and does not acknowledge the apparition. They drive in silence for 10 minutes with Grandpa keeping his eye on the road, only seeing with his peripheral vision. Suddenly, the hitchhiker's gone. Now, this is the back road. No cars have passed. Grandpa and none have come from the opposite direction. About a mile up the road, he sees the same hitchhiker with no cars passing. There's no way someone could have made the distance from initial sight from sighting. Grandpa passed him again and made it home without incident. He only told that story to my dad once. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. I mean, I don't know, it's probably late at night. It could potentially be true because you did say that your grandpa's a no bullshit guy. It's not spooky, it's kind of like eerie, if anything, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't know, it's from a scale of 1 to 10, from 1 being unbelievable and 10 being believable, I'd give this a 7.5 maybe. Because the thing is, right, 1800s, I don't know what spooky shit's happening there, but oh well. I think I saw a ghost, 15 male. When I was around 9 years old, my mom and I were staying at my auntie's house for the night. At my time, my auntie's neighbor's house was abandoned. I didn't know that though. So when I saw a little girl in the window of the house, I thought nothing of it. She was wearing a white dress, looked very pale, and made direct eye contact with me before calmly walking away from the window. Later, I told my family about it. They were shocked and explained that no one had lived in the house for a long time. About 30 minutes passed and I'd completely forgotten about the whole thing. My mom and I were standing at the bottom of the stairs, just about to go upstairs, when I suddenly saw the same little girl again, this time at the top of the stairs inside the house. I froze in shock, and so did my mom. We both saw her at the exact same time, which meant it couldn't have just been my imagination or a hallucination. The girl looked down at us and then casually walked away. Later we checked the house, but there was no sign of anyone there. To this day, it still scares me. Every time I visit my auntie's house, I stay on high alert. That is pretty spooky. And why is it always a little girl? You know what I'd do if it was a little girl? I'd just kick it out of my way, dude. Like, just stay away from me, little girl. Like, go away. Or I just, you know, or I'd just take like a can or something and throw it at her, maybe. I don't know. Just to, you know, get away. Or if she's calm like that, I'd probably just play like, you know, Uno with her or something, in my opinion. But it's kind of creepy, this entire thing, man. It's always a freaking little girl. It's the bad thing because I'm home alone right now, so I don't know why I'm scaring myself right now. But yeah, that's really creepy, man. This is like a really creepy thing, and it's weird that she came up in both both houses. And the fact that you and your mom both saw it, I'd probably have to give this an 8 out of 10 because that is creepy. Or you know what I'd do if the little girl is there, I just put on Ghostbusters. That'll show her. That would show her. All right. Who came into my room? It certainly wasn't me. I'll leave this up for debate. I've never known what to think of it. When I was around 6 or 7 years old, there was a night I woke up from my sleep anytime between 12 to 5 a.m. and it was still dark out, and I heard something in the hallway. The sound of the light switch being flicked on. My bed was laid vertical to the door, and I saw a light turn on from under the door through the little crack of space. This is really creepy reading this alone, by the way. When the doorknob started slowly turning as if someone was trying to wake me, I out of pure fear and panic, I threw my blanket over my head and laid there motionless, controlled breathing to make sure I don't make a sound. It's very quiet, but the doors opened shortly after, and then I feel something sitting on the edge of my bed, my feet were gently firm. I don't know why, man. I'm kind of getting creeped out that something's in my house. There we go, I just shut the door. Anyways, yeah. That was unsettling, I'm not gonna lie. This entire story is kind of unsettling. But anyways, I feel like I don't remember hearing footsteps leaving, but could have just been blinded by how scared I was asleep eventually, and I woke up pulling the blanket off my face, and the door still open and the light was still on the hallway. I remember getting up and checking my parents' room, but they were sound asleep. It's still early in the morning, like sunrise, so it's probably 6 or 7 a.m. Never had anything like this happen before, or I'm unsure what to think. I mean, it could be a mom and dad just checking on you in the middle of the night. I don't know. Potentially that, and they forgot. They just went back to bed. I hope that's the case in this situation. I'm not gonna lie. This story did give me a bit of the heebie-jeebies. It's what people would call them. So I'm probably gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10 for scariness. And the truth, it could be a parent, so it could be a 9 out of 10. Like, a taxi driver may have saved my mom's life at 3 a.m. This story is not mine, but it's my mom's, and it happened around 2005, before I was even born. Ha! I'm older than you. 2004. Anyways, my mom worked late and came back home around 2 to 3 a.m. But my dad didn't refuse to pick her up from work, so she decided to walk on her own in the dark street. What a dickhead, man! Your dad sounds pretty crappy, in my opinion. But anyways, as usual, she took a usual route from home. At one point, she was hearing footsteps behind her. She became very uncomfortable, but she didn't turn around. She was being followed by a guy, basically, at this point. Luckily, a little ahead, she saw a taxi. Without thinking, she immediately got inside and closed the door. The taxi driver looked at my mom in a serious way and said, "It's good that he didn't hurt you." That is kind of scary, man. Like, it's so disturbing to see like all this stuff actually happening in real life, because this stuff unfortunately does happen. So yeah, stay safe, carry some pepper spray. You never know when you need it, both guys and girls. You know, you see a thug, spray it on them and run. Psychos of Vancouver. Glad you're alive. I'm based out in Vancouver, guys, so this one could be a bit too real for me. But anyways, I live in Vancouver. I'm a 15-year-old teen. My city is one of the most drug-supplied cities in the world. True. Here, many people can be seen absolutely zooming on some sort of psychedelics at all times. From downtown even to the suburbs, the street reeks of marijuana, crackheads, and zombies. It is true. People typically do have something called, it rhymes with bent. There was a night I was walking home from the gym at Thursday at 11 p.m. I needed to go through an empty suburban street. As I was walking through the sidewalk, I looked to my sides. There's always some people consuming drugs and just standing and staring through the alleyway. But at one point, I'm walking and going past a man who stands next to his car and does his drug. As I pass him, he opens the door and reaches inside. I then prepare for him to pull something out of his car and make a smart move. I reach for my pocket, which is empty, and make a fist, so it appears there is a knife in my pocket. Him seeing this proceeds to pull out a full chainsaw and just pause. He stares at me as I pass, holding a power of chainsaw, and tries to make eye contact as I walk by. He didn't move, he didn't speak as I walked by. He didn't even breathe out. Yet he just held eye contact with me. He smelled of a mix of marijuana, alcohol, and something extra. I'm sick of the city with drugs, crime, and don't even mention the price and cost of living. Okay, I agree with all of this, man. That is actually scary. And the fact that he pulled out a fucking chainsaw, man. A fucking chainsaw is crazy. Like, in Vancouver, right? I'm blessed to be living in the area I'm living right now, next to UBC. I don't know if I'm revealing that information, but anyways, the thing with that though, right? If I went downtown east side, it's so fucking dangerous, especially at night, because in the day at least you know where to go in the day, right? In the night it's a bit disorienting and whatnot, and especially if you're new to the city, don't ever fucking go to downtown east side at night, mainly because it's just full of drugs. It's kind of like drug Disneyland. Like, it is kind of sketchy and dodgy that this happened, right? So it sucks. It's rather unfortunate, and like, you know, sometimes even I just put my fists in my pocket pretending like I have a knife in there just to keep the people away. Like I had one meth head come up to me. I was taking a video actually. I was filming a video outside. This is like maybe 2 years ago now, maybe 1 year, or I think it's like 2 years ago, perhaps. And I was filming a video. Yeah, it's 2 years ago. I was filming a video. And this crackhead came to me and started demanding me to give my camera. I told him no. Then he said no. Then he said no, give it to me, give it. I need it. He started screaming. I said nah, fuck off. And I was ready to throw fists. Now at that time I didn't know they could be carrying knives XYZ. It was kind of stupid in mine. I should have just left. But that's what I did. And I wouldn't recommend anyone to do that. Just walk away as quick as you can. Trust me when I say this. Just leave ASAP. Don't fuck with them, and don't be stupid like I was. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment your scary Reddit stories, or just stories, romance, scary story, whatever you want. Just join the Sid Parikh Reddit. Put the post out there, and then I'll react to it. Put some Instagram links out there if you want me to react to specific specific reels or something like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.